Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
Welcome to the latest episode of Boss Talks. And the reason we are doing this podcast is because we want you to be the creator of your masterpiece life. We want you to take control, take the reins, get in the driver's seat of the journey to your best life. And we're all in different parts of the journey. And it's all about helping people, help other people to get there. A wise man once said that you get there faster and reach higher, like greater heights if you lift as you go. So that's exactly what we're doing here. We want you to be the boss of your life. And my name's Joel Lord, and I'm the host, or one of the hosts, and I'm here today with the amazing Christine Drummond. And today we are talking about something that we've alluded to in many other podcasts, episodes. It's something that's absolutely changed my life, and for the better. And it's like I've obviously planted the seeds with quite a few people, and they're doing it too. And it's called the 75 Hard. And we believe that it's that amazing. And we've got a group of people doing it with us, and we've seen it. It's been out for it's a program that's been out for about 12 months, and hundreds of thousands of people have done it. There's a movement in it. Like, if you want to know more about it, like, listen to this podcast, listen to the end. And also, it's something that was created by the man, Andy Frisella, the MF CEO, and he's got a new podcast, so follow him on social media. This is not our program, although it is literally one of the best programs I've ever done. It's free, so it doesn't cost you any money, just like this podcast. So do Andy Frisella a solid, do us a solid, and if you find quality, you find value in this podcast, share it. Get the word out, because these are the sort of things, this podcast, the 75 Hard, that's going to change the world. So what is the 75 Hard? Well, 75 Hard, some people call it a challenge because it's challenging. It's the name says it all. Although Andy Frisella says it's not a challenge, it's a tool. It's a tool to get you the winner's mindset. He says it's there to identify your little bitch voice. Now, when people hear that, they're like, yeah, so you can get rid of it. And he's like, no, it's so you can identify it, so you can recognize the sound of its voice when it comes up, when you're doing other things in your life, so that when you hear it, you do the opposite of what it's telling you. You know, that little voice that tells you that you've had enough days training, you've worked really hard, so you deserve a rest. You know, just watch Netflix because, you know, you can do that work tomorrow. That's the little voice, you know, the one that says, go to the gym, do a New Year's resolution, and then quit by January 15. That little voice, the one that gets you to quit. That's the one we're listening for. So what are the parts of the 75 Hard? It's so simple. It's follow a diet. This can be any diet of your choice, but it must be a structured plan designed for physical improvement in mind. So that's step one. The next part is you must complete 2 45-minute workouts. One of those workouts must be outdoors. Many people do 2 outdoors. So that's, you can already realize that that's challenging. Absolutely no alcohol or cheat meals. If you have one sip of a margarita or sip of beer, or like, I don't even look at beer. I don't even look at alcohol anymore. Although there's people out there that would be challenging for. And no cheat meals. So not even a handful of M&Ms or, piece of popcorn or something like that. If it's not part of your meal plan, it's counted as a cheat meal. You're back to day one. You got to take a progress pic every day. So you got to get in the mirror for yourself. It's not for the public, although I'm sure some people think it's for public and they'd be happy to share. That's not what it's for. It's to show you how far you've come in 75 days. So it's a progress pic every day. You must drink 4 liters of water, and you must read 10 pages of a book, and audiobooks don't count. There's zero compromise, zero substitution, and you have until you go to sleep that day to complete the day. If you fail, you must start over at day one. So if you're at day 74 and you eat an M&M, you're back to day one. Guess what? You failed the challenge. This is a no room to move, successful strategy, people that just get shit done, program. And look, it's challenging. I'm not going to lie. There's people that I've seen start it. Like there'd be millions of people probably started it, but only hundreds of thousands that have finished it. It is challenging. There's parts, like you have a look at those like 5 or 6 things that you got to do. At least one of them is going to be super challenging. Like maybe like the alcohol part isn't challenging for me because I don't drink, but to someone that has a drink every night, giving that up is challenging. So like some people are overweight. So the reading part might be easy for them, but the 2 exercises are challenging. Now, we have people in our group that have got the most amazing excuses that anyone could ever think of to not do it, and they're doing it anyway. Even I wouldn't blame them for not doing some of the things in this, and they're the ones showing up the most because they're in a point where they've just said, I've had enough. This is how I'm going to change. I'm going to get up and walk. I'm not telling my story anymore. It's over. So, Christine, that was a really massive introduction. You are on the 75 hard. I think you're on about day 5, and tell me about it. Like, welcome to the podcast. Finally, tell me how it's gone. Like, what are you finding, and what are you seeing in the community that's doing it?
Awesome. Thanks, mate. Well, I actually watched you last year when you did the 75 hard, and I thought, this guy's crazy. How is he going to fit all that in with everything, your 2 businesses, your family life and everything like that? And so the story that I was running was, I'm too busy to do that. Maybe I could just do one of the 45-minute workouts and kind of just half do it. And then I thought, when you said you're doing it again this year, I thought, you know what, just step up. And Joel, you know that I'll have an alcoholic drink every now and then. I'm not doing it every day, but I do like to have a drink every now and then. And, I thought, trying to plan out my year, and I've got all these events coming up, and I'm like, and there's just, you know what, guys, if you like to have a drink, there's no perfect time to do the 75 hard. You've just got to do it, okay? And I went to a networking event last night, Joel, and I thought, it's probably going to be a little bit challenging. It wasn't. I just stood there with my water. Everyone else had their wines and beers and everything. And I just didn't focus on that. I focused on the connection and the conversation of the present moment. And it totally took my mind off not having a drink. And I didn't miss it at all. It wasn't challenging. I didn't find it challenging. I didn't even want one. It was just amazing. So they also, the food I ate before I went, because it was like a cocktail event, I thought, I better have something in case they don't have anything I can eat. But guess what? They had vegan, gluten-free options. And I'm like, this is amazing. So I was actually at a place around positive people, inspiring people, where I could still do the challenge and feel comfortable. So for me, it has been challenging, and if you don't get a lot of the stuff done in the morning, it can pile up, and then you can feel overwhelmed at the end of the day and think, oh my gosh, I've still got to do the reading, my next 45-minute workout, 2 liters of water or whatever. But for me personally, this has been amazing. It's made me so much more productive. The first couple of days, I must admit, I was very tired. I had to have a couple of day naps in the middle of the day, like little power naps. But I'm on day 6 now and feel flipping awesome. I feel so good. And I'm learning to play the saxophone. And my teacher is like, Christine, you have incredible lungs. Like, your lung capacity is amazing. So, to hear all these positive things, and I shared a post the other day too, Joel. 3 months ago, I tried to do this ridiculous hill run. I got 1 hill run done. And some of you are probably thinking, oh my gosh, Christine, like, you're fit and healthy, like 1 hill run. What are you talking about? This is a very steep hill, and it goes for at least 500 meters. And oh my gosh, the first time I did it, I remember talking to Joel about it, going, mate, you've got to come to Albury and do this hill. I only got 1 done. My legs were shaking. Well, the other day I managed to get 5 out, and in a 45-minute session. Now that doesn't sound like many, but when you look at this hill, it's insane. It's a 9-minute turnaround. So just little things like that, Joel, like little wins, start building your belief. They start building, like I can hear that voice in my head. It's there every day. The other morning I had a late night with kids and stuff, because they're unpredictable and they can stay up and mess up your sleep patterns. And I thought, oh, I won't get up at 6 o'clock and do my first 45. You know, I'll give myself a bit of a break because this has been a crazy night. And then when I woke up, I saw Joel and his son out, I think it was in the rain or something, at 4:47, just getting on with it, just doing the 45 minutes. And I was like, get your butt out of bed, Christine. Like, who cares if you missed a bit of sleep? Like, go and do your 45 minutes. So I love that ripple effect, Joel. I love that we're watching each other. We've got an accountability group, but not only that, like my daughter's watching, and she does maybe every second day, she'll do one of the 45-minute sessions with me. Like today we went for this trail walk where it was just amazing. We're out in nature. We're seeing kangaroos and joeys and hares, and it's just incredible. It's so amazing. And the people that you impact, it becomes bigger than you. You think this 75 hard is all about yourself, and it's not. Like just by Joel doing it last year and then going, hey guys, I'm going to do it again this year. Who kind of wants to do it? And then he had a few crazy followers, like I was one, and then a few other people. And then we started to put it on social media, and other people said, that sounds amazing. Like, how can I get involved? No, just jump in our opportunity group, jump in our accountability group. And so they have. And now we've got this incredible group. We're a motley crew. We've got all different backgrounds, all different, like Joel's son is in there. He's in year 12 at high school. He's doing it. We've got career people. We've got executives. We've got people that have their own businesses. We've got mums. We've got dads. We've got people from all walks of life in this group doing the 75 hard. And I just want to take a moment to recognize Joel, who was the leader in this, that he took the decisive action, the inspired action, and thought, what if I could bring other people along on this journey and inspire them? And I really want to applaud Andy Priscilla as well for, you know, creating this program and such an incredible movement as well. And we're seeing though, Joel, we're seeing a lot of people's BS come up, aren't we? We're seeing a lot of people's excuses. And we've got a motto that we use all the time, which is how you show up to anything is how you show up to everything. And how people are showing up to this 75 hard is quite interesting. Do you want to talk around that a little bit?
Yeah, like, look, I've had the privilege of, like I said, doing it last year. This program, I started the day after Andy Priscilla started. So it just worked out that way. So it's been around for 12 months, and I've been a keen observer of the results. I've been a keen observer of how he's handled people that have, like, not obviously read the massive writing he does of zero compromise, zero substitution. You know, people want to just make it their own and they want to do all these sorts of things. It's because that little bitch voice is in their head, and it's convinced them that it's okay to compromise on this. And that's missing the entire point of it. You know what I mean? Because write this down. Your real life will reflect exactly how you do the 75 hard. So if you're willing to compromise on the 75 hard, or make excuses for why you couldn't do it, or why you've got no time, or, you know, looking for reasons why the water's too much, or you can't read the book, or, you know, you can't go outside because of XYZ reason, you know, like your life, it's going to be showing up somewhere else in your life. You're exactly right, Christine. How you show up to anything is like how you show up to everything, you know, and that's going to happen, you know? So look, I've like had like I said, the privilege of seeing it. Like, people, like, get this. There are people on crutches doing the 75 hard in the snow. There are people in wheelchairs in the snow, like the snow, doing it, like, and not a little bit of snow, like light snow. I mean, like, get your snow plow out, levels of snow, and they're still doing it. And what that does is it'll transform your life. You know, there was a time, like for me, where I was going on a flight and I was like, well, how am I even going to do this? How am I even going to work this out? And it worked out that the only possible time I could do it is, like, I think I had an 8 o'clock in the morning flight. And the only way I could physically do the 75 hard was to get up at like 1 o'clock in the morning and walk around the airport in the middle of the night and hopefully not get arrested by security for just being out and loitering. and then come back and do a gym workout at 4 o'clock in the morning. And yet I got it done. Now, so many other people out there, and we're talking about the 95%, you know, the ones that just are part of the majority, the ones that don't live a masterpiece life, that are like hating on their situation and think the world's against them and all that stuff. We're talking about them. They're the ones that would have said, oh, well, I'll just do 1 today and I'll do 3 tomorrow, or I'll do, like, I've worked really hard, and that voice gets the better of them. So look, I've seen it all. I've seen people cheat that they've done the workout and they haven't. I've seen people like create their own program that just fits in with how they want to do it. And that's literally a compromise. You know, like there's people that quit before they even start. You know, like they sign up for it, they talk a big game, and then by day 1, they're nowhere. And I've seen them, I've followed them on social media, I've looked at them. Some people I know, like as acquaintances or even a little bit better than that. And it's the ones that like, and I'm not actually sorry if this is hitting anyone in the gut, because you need to hear it. The reason why you don't have the life you want is because you can't show up and you can't do what you commit to doing. That's why you don't have what you want, and other people are so lucky and you're so unlucky. It's because you won't do the freaking work. It's meant to be hard. It's meant to be challenging. It's meant to cost you dearly if you stuff it up. Like, if you stuff it up, you're back to day 1. If that's on day 74, you just screwed up 74 days of good work. Guess what? That's what real life's like. That's what your business is going to do to you if you decide to check out on your business. Like, it's crazy, you know? Like, I just can't tell you enough. Just like, from what I've seen, it's however they do this 75 hard is exactly the results they're going to get in their real life. Like, you know, like I can show me how you work in the 75 hard, and I'll predict exactly how your business is going, exactly how your relationships are going, exactly how your kids are being brought up. Like, let's just go for all the points. If you can't do this, if you've committed to it, then good luck elsewhere. You are going to get your ass kicked by people that can do it. So that's me. That's what I've noticed.
That's honestly, that's the truth. Like, people have got to take note of this, because we are being so honest. That was so honest, Joel. And I'm hoping it's hitting people in the gut, because you're right. People need to hear this, because we are so good at letting each other off the hook. We're so good at letting ourselves off the hook. You know, we break our promises to ourselves all the time because we think no one's going to know. No one's going to know. You freaking know. You know, and then you start beating yourself up about it. Then you start on this downward spiral because you didn't keep that promise. You didn't keep your word to yourself. And if you can't keep your word to yourself, how do you expect other people to keep theirs to you? You know, if you can't uphold a certain standard, a certain level of respect for yourself, how do you expect anyone else to do the same? So you got to show up differently. You got to have different thoughts when you do something like this. And as Joel said, you've got to commit. You've got to make the decision. And you've got to have that attitude that you will do whatever it takes before your head hits that pillow every night to get the 5 things done that need to be done every day. Now, I watched Joel last year. He had a 20-something hour flight last year in the middle of the 75 hard. And he's like, shoot, how am I going to get the 2 45-minute workouts done? He had to get up at 1 a.m. at some stage and go and do a 45-minute workout before he jumped on the plane. And then he was on there for ridiculous amounts of time. I don't know if he did the other 45. That's the funny thing. I was actually sending Joel ideas of workouts he could do in his seat on the plane. Like, there's so much you can do in your seat on these big, long flights. But that's the kind of commitment. That's the way that you need to show up. And, you know, there's lots of people out there that want everything, but they don't want to do anything for it. So a lot of people do talk the talk, but then they don't walk the walk, you know, and we're so focused on the short-term satisfaction that we don't put in the effort for the long-term gratification. And if that's you, you're going to have to start changing those habits. They're disempowering. and they will take you out of the game every single time if you just keep going for the short-term thing. Now, we are seeing so many excuses come up for people. It's hilarious. I find it so entertaining now when people try to bend the rules to the 75 hard. It just, like, some people are like, oh, can I ride to school and then, like, that takes 15 minutes, and then on my lunch break I get, you know, half an hour, and then do the extra half an hour there, and then, you know, I'll ride back home, and then if I do another 15, and they're trying to break it up over the day in their style. And we're like, no, it's a 45-minute chunk, you know. And the whole idea of it, it's called 75 hard for a reason. Like, get up a little bit earlier if you have to, you know. So I think, Joel, what we're seeing is, like, and we've got one example, one of the people that we know, when they tried to do this last year, Andy Frisilla actually personally commented on their post, and this person was going through cancer treatment, and they were sick, they were exhausted, and they were using that as an excuse to not do the 75 hard, not get up and do the workout. And Andy Frisilla directly messaged this person and said, that's an excuse, just get out there and do it. And this guy was like, he's right. I'm just using this as an excuse. I can get something done. I can go for a 45-minute walk. I can just put one foot in front of the other. He may not move very far or very fast, but he can do it. And that's the thing. This program meets you where you're at in regards to your fitness and your health. So if someone has broken a leg, and as a personal trainer, if my clients ever broke a leg, sprained an ankle, broke an arm, I did not give them the week off. They still had to show up for their session, because there is still something that you can always do. You know what, guys? If you do have the breaks, are you breaking your bones to self-sabotage yourself? I really want you to think about that as well, because I've seen this happen where people are so exhausted and so frustrated and just burnt out from life that they actually self-sabotage events happening to them in life so that they can just rest, so that they can just that little voice in their head, oh, I just wish I could get sick. This used to be me. I was so healthy. I'm like, oh, I just want to have a day in bed. I would just like, and then of course I got sick. So this is what is happening in people's heads. You know, we've got that little voice going on. God, I'm so busy. I'm so far, like, I'm so burnt out. I'm just exhausted all the time. The universe is listening. They're going to bring something that's going to actually wipe you out. So some of you are probably saying, Christine, that's bullshit. I didn't cause this break in my arm. Someone tricked me, or it was a workplace injury. You manifested it, dude. Okay. It's your thoughts, your mind process. And it may not have been your fault, but it's your responsibility now how you handle what happens. And we've spoken about this before. And if you have committed to the 75 hard and you've broken a bone, or it's raining outside, that's the other thing, weather. People use weather as an excuse. No. And that's what I love about our accountability group too, Joel, is the photos coming in of people doing it in ridiculous conditions, like getting out for their outside one in really heavy rain. You know, like, that's commitment, guys. That's what it takes to be a winner in life. And if you want all areas of your life to improve, then you've got to start with holding these promises and holding yourself to a higher standard. It all starts there. And I can guarantee that if you talk to me and take me to a point where you had this goal and you didn't reach it, I can guarantee that I can take it back to a time where you quit on yourself. Every time. It was that little voice in your head, you let it become too loud, and it's that little bitch voice that Andy Frisilla talks about, and you listen to it and you let it take you out of the game instead of stepping up, meeting it head on and breaking through it. And just before, like, when you have those breakdown moments, that's because you're about to have a breakthrough. You're about to grow. You're about to have this amazing, beautiful lesson. But so many people give up when it gets hard. And an example for me this week was my saxophone lessons. I'm like my third lesson in, and he put me up to a new reed, which is thicker, and it takes more effort and more energy, and it's hard. And I'm trying to learn all the the notes and everything. And it's hard. It's really challenging my brain. And my voice in my brain is going, this is too hard, Christine. You don't need to learn the sax. Like, come on. You're so busy. Like, why put in the effort for this? And then I'm like, slap that little bitch voice and go, you know what? You committed to this. You committed to learning the sax this year and you're going to learn it. So man up, woman up. So Joel, did that, like, I don't know if I just went on a big tangent then.
No, it's important because you know what? You brought up a great point, like that, you know, people say that, oh, look, I'll just won't do the workout today and I'll still say that I did, or, you know, and you break the promise, no one will know. But you know what? The universe knows. The universe knows. You cannot hide from the universe, the thing that brings all these things into your life, the part that you actually have control of. You know, you have influence over, not control. You have influence over what comes into your life through the universe. Now, if you are just breaking promises to yourself about going for your goals, you're automatically just telling the universe that you don't want what it is that you're going after. So that was a point that I thought I'd expand on. And then the other part is like, so you look at these things, right? Think about it. If you're fat or overweight, you're going to find the excuses in the workouts for sure. That's the thing that you need to do the most. That's the thing you need to stay committed to the most. That's the thing that the bitch voice is going to come out and give you a way out of. It's the thing that you need to do the most. If you don't like reading books, that's the thing that you need to do the most, because my guess is that you're probably filling your mind with Netflix or something else. And some people go, oh, what about audiobooks? Well, good on you. Great. Audiobooks are great. I love audiobooks. In fact, before the 75 hard, I was an audiobook guy. I didn't enjoy sitting down reading books. I'd much prefer listening to the audiobook. Now I'm loving the ritual of sitting down, blocking the rest of the planet out, and just reading a book. You know, 4 liters of water. Some people are walking around, like most people, the majority of people are walking around dehydrated, drinking coffee, energy drinks, all that stuff, but then they can't fit 4 liters of water in. Well, guess what? Your body gets used to it. It's like if you don't drink water as a rule, the first first 7 days are brutal. I was lucky because I automatically drank a lot of water. I was always hydrated. But like, I know that my wife, she didn't drink a lot of water and she had headaches to begin with, and she had stuff, but you know, she pushed through. And like, we've got other people in the group that were also having like challenges around it. But that your body needs water, you know, like there's like, you can pick anything here, like your cheat meals, you all of that stuff. There's a part in your life that it's going to be super challenging. That's where your little voice is going to come out and try to give you an out, and you're going to try to compromise on that part. That's the part that you need to compromise least on. That's the part that you need to throw out. Because like imagine a life where you weren't crippled by your bullshit excuses, you know, where you weren't crippled by your own story, because you weren't born hopeless. If you're listening to this podcast, you've got the ability to you got an iPhone, or you've got some sort of smartphone, you've got some form of technology. You are obviously in the richest portion of the entire planet. People in poverty aren't listening to this. I wish they could. Maybe that's another thing we could do. Here's the thing. If you've got the technology to listen to this, you've got no freaking excuse why you can't have everything that you want in your life. It's just a story. You weren't born hopeless. Like, the doctor didn't deliver you and say, oh, he's an average one. He handed you to your mother and said, here's this miracle of a child, like, and you had infinite possibilities then. And you still have them now. You've just been sold the opposite by whatever it is that you're watching, whatever it is that your upbringing, whatever it is. Like, I'm not saying that part is your fault. It's your responsibility to how you can change it. And that's brings me back to this point, Christine. Doing this, getting in an accountability group, you know, we've actually made ours harder. We've actually made ours, we've added meditation in to get the mind part in, and like that. And we make our group take screenshots of them doing the exercise, so there's no cheating.
Yeah.
You know, like this will help erase and turn around the programming you've had for the last 10, 20, 30, 40 years. All the excuses that you've had, like your parents did this to you, you know, like your boss is like this, your schooling was that, you got bullied at school. All that stuff is not even real now. You're probably not even remembering it, how it happened. You're probably remembering it, your version of it. There's another version out there, and it's the truth. So you're probably creating stuff there to reinforce why your story is so valid for why you can't have what you want. I hope that makes sense, because you are not remembering all the bad shit that happened to you exactly the way it happened. Your mind is really smart, and it wants you to be safe, and it thinks it's doing a great job by reinforcing your bullshit story by adding to it. It should win an Academy Award for Best Writer, because it is not true. In most cases, you like inflate it to make yourself right. So do the 75 hard. I don't know what else I can say, Christine. Do the 75 hard.
Mate, yeah, honestly, guys, and we have made it harder in our accountability group, but we've also, like with our team, we've allowed them to do it for 10 days. We've given them a 10-day trial, because we've got a 10-day amazing clean eating program that we follow. So we thought, you know what, if you're doing that, then do the 75 hard for the 10 days. And if you're loving it, then do the other 65 days. But if you're one of those people where you're telling yourself you can't do that, or I couldn't do what Joel and Christine are doing, my life is different to theirs. You know, I work 3 jobs and I've got this and this and this. You know what, guys? Instead of saying I can't, ask yourself more empowering questions like, what if I could? What would it look like if I could fit this into my day? You know, because this 75 hard is going to help you get to know yourself more intimately than you've ever known yourself before. It will absolutely get you to see what kind of person you are. Are you someone that quits? Are you someone that perseveres? Are you someone that just gets in and gets shit done? Like, this will sort out, and you will get to know yourself on a deeper level by doing this 75 hard. And it's all about focus, guys. It's where focus goes, energy flows. So what are you focusing on? You know, are you focusing on your lack of and all the can'ts, or are you focusing on the things that you do want in life? I want to kind of finish, Joel, with a few Andy Frisella quotes, if that's okay, that are really relevant for this podcast today. So the first one that he talks about is like, this is a legacy. Whether you believe that or not, when you show up for the 75 hard, or when you show up for yourself, you're leaving a legacy. There are people watching you. There are people that are counting on you, that are looking up to you. And if you're a parent, it's mainly your kids, but it's also friends and family. And you don't know that through a positive action that you take, how you're going to change someone's life who is feeling down or in a funk. And because you went forward in this direction, how that's going to help pull someone else along, or pull them out of that space, or encourage your kids in the right way to take positive action as well. You know, be a person of their word. You know, be someone that not only talks the talk, but walks the walk. You know, so this is about legacy. It's about service. It's about giving more than you take. It's about inspiring the warrior attitude and taking responsibility for your life. And this is about picking each other up along the way as well. So there's no superhumans in life. There's just humans, and what one man can do, another man can do. So if someone else has done something that you've done, you can flip and do it too. You don't have to be superhuman. Everything you need to achieve the 75 hard, or whatever else it is in any other area of your life, if someone else has done it, you can do it. Everything is within you. So you've got to stop feeling sorry for yourself and just make shit happen. You know, I've got a few people in my life that focus on what's not working. They focus on the things that are going wrong in their life. And I'm prepping them up saying, well, why don't we change our focus? Why don't we go back to our vision? Why don't we go back to what it is we actually do want? What does that look like? Let's focus on that. Let's not worry about the how. Let's just focus on the actual vision and the feelings that we do want. And I think people get so caught up in their mundane lives that they forget to actually look for what the vision that they actually want their life, and the feeling, like, what do you actually want to feel? Because if we think about it, food, shelter, clothing, they're the three main needs of a human being. Anything beyond that is just, we kind of get entitlement to. You know, the big TVs and all the devices and the flashy cars and everything like that. Whereas our three basic needs is, you know, food, shelter, and clothing. And if you keep life simple to that, but then you attach the emotions and the feelings that actually, like, do you want to feel escalated? Do you want to feel ecstatic? Do you want to feel excited, energized, vital, healthy, joyous, blissful? Or do you want to feel more feelings of depression and disempowerment and you know, negativity and those kind of things? I know that Joel and I, we want to feel more positive feelings and emotions than negative. And doing something like the 75 hard, when you're having little wins every single day and it's compounding, that's the key here. Like, we're on day 6, Joel's on about day 26, and it's compounding every day. We're getting stronger. We're getting more organized with our time. We're getting, you know, more encouragement, more inspiring. And that has a flow-on effect that'll go well beyond the 75 days. When you finish these 75 days, you'll start to feel invincible. Well, shit, if I can do that, imagine what else I can do. And then you'll start thinking of other crazy things that you can do, and the bar raises. Yeah. And then your life goes to that next level. But if you don't do challenges that get you out of your comfort zone, then it's so hard to raise the bar. It's so hard to get those things in life that are at a different frequency that you want, but quite often people are not prepared to do what it takes. So getting back to some of these quotes, you know, Andy says, you are where you are because of you, not because of anybody else, because of you. And if you want to change your circumstances, your lifestyle, your habits, you can't wait for someone to come and save you. No one is coming to save you. It's all on you. You have to step up, guys. This is your life. And in another call, we're going to go through the 30 biggest reasons why people fail. And you'll be surprised by how often you are letting people, external forces, hold you back in life and hold you back from your full potential. So another quote here is, there's a lot of healthy shit that comes from believing in yourself. You guys have got to take your self-belief to a new level. You got to start thinking that you're the shit, you know. And one of my mentors said to me one day, and when she was talking about her relationship, she was like, you know what, Christine, I just started to show that I was the catch. I'm like, he doesn't have to look for anybody else because I'm the friggin' catch. Now, how many of you are showing up in life like that? Like, I'm, you know, if you've got a business, it could be anything. Like if you're a hairdresser, I'm the shit. If people want their hair to look the best, they've got to come to me because I know my stuff when it comes to color and cutting. I'm the shit. Yeah. If you're a plumber, I won't say plumber because, but if you're like in any career, if you're a coach, if you're a electrician, if you're a chef, if you're a mum, like, just own it, you know, own it and turn up in that state every single day. There's a few other quotes that I'm going to hurry up and get through, but I love this one that he says where, you know, make sure the people who bet against you lose. I love that. How often do we give our ideas and thoughts to other people and they shut us down, or they put their stinking thinking on us, or their shitty limiting beliefs on us? You know what? People that bet against me will lose because I will show them how to win. I will show them, and I will make success be my noise, and I will do it in a humble way. So, you know, make sure that you're doing that. And Andy also says it's not luck, it's not magic, it's not circumstances. It's developing a great plan and executing on it day in and day out until the visions in your head become your reality. So if you come into this 75 hard with the attitude that you know that you're a quitter and you'll just go as far as you can because that's you trying your best, no. You come in with it with the mentality that you're going to do whatever it flipping takes day in, day out until you have the vision of that the end of that 75th day, you're going to bed with such pride and an attitude of a winner because you didn't give up. You had the persistence and the energy and the focus and the enthusiasm to see it through for once. You didn't quit on yourself. You didn't quit on your family. You didn't quit on your friends. You didn't quit on your community, the planet, the rest of the world. And by all of us completing this 75 hard and raising our standards, raising the bar, we raise the vibration and we make the world a better place. Okay? And this is how you do it. So how are you showing up, guys? And I'm going to finish with this last quote, which I thought was pretty cool. Dream so big, everyone thinks you're crazy. No matter what they think about it, the only person that limits you stares back at you in the mirror every single day. That's your competition, guys. That's the person who's holding you back from potential. Stop playing the blame game. Stop blaming your kids that you can't do the 2 45-minute workouts. Stop blaming your partner because he works away. Figure it out. Figure it out. Hold your promises. Hold yourself to a higher standard and just do it. Get on with it. Quit with the excuses. I put a post up the other day. It was a funny one. I went to the doctor and I found out that I'm allergic to excuses. And if you have that mentality, you will start to win at life. And that's me done, Joel.
Far out. Wait till you get about day 36 is where it really kicks in. You are going to, when someone brings you an excuse, you're going to be like, I should just punch this person in the face. Like you will not, you will just like, you will literally just say, get away from me. Like it'll be so hard to be civil to people that are excuse makers. Like stories, you think your bitch voice will be loud. Wait till you hear other people's. It's going to be even louder. Like you'll be like, they'll be saying, oh, I can't like make it over and do this, blah, blah, blah for myself. And and I'll give you all these stories and you're going to go, I've done 2 45 minutes today. I've picked up 17 kids. I've gone for 2 runs. I've read my book. I've meditated. I've done all this and you can't even organize half an hour every day. You're going to be like, you are not my people. It's going to be crazy. So listen, I didn't know last year when I decided that I needed to change my game. And for me, like it's always about leveling up. So the reason why I'm doing it this year is because I've got a platform that I built last year and I want to get better. So I always use the best tactics and strategies that I believe that I've got at hand to get what I want. And this one just covers everything. I'm getting smarter. I'm getting more disciplined, getting fitter. I'm building more influence. Like it's just wins across the board. And I did not know that this was going to happen this year. Like I can only imagine what it is going to be like next year when like there's another 10 or 20 of us that just go, hey, let's just do it again. That was a really great part of my life. You know what I mean?
Hundreds, Joel. Hundreds, if not thousands.
If it was so bad and so hard, I wouldn't be doing it again. So it's going to be worth it. Everyone's going to look back and go like, let's do it again. Everyone in that group that we've got, like, I know they're going to be listening. Every single one of you can do the 75 hard. Throw the 75, 10, whatever it is called that you think you guys are doing in the freaking bin and change your life. You're going to be alive for tens of thousands of days. I'm asking for 75. Ask yourself for 75. Don't worry about what I'm asking. Like, you've got 75 out of thousands of days. Suck it up. Do it. For God's sake, it's going to change your life. Like, what if you changed your life doing this? What if this was the moment in your life where you took a left when everyone else was taking a right? That's like, you go to Masterpiece Life, join the 5% of the ones that look like they're crazy, that seem really lucky, and you left the herd. Like, stop being a sheeple. Like, seriously, do the 75 hard, do it for 75 days, suck it up.
What about the people though, Joel, that are listening and they're like, but my life's good. I'm comfortable. Like I'm okay with how things are going. What do you say to those people? I don't need to do the 75 hard.
You are going to you are lying to yourself. because without growth, humans, you're either growing or you're dying. If you're content, you are being selfish because you are like robbing your best self from the planet, and that you are either going to get a lesson one way or another. Like it's coming, because the universe you will either grow from inspiration or you're going to grow from desperation, and it's coming. Like I know what that feels like, and I can guarantee you it will come in an unexpected way, and it's going to force you to grow. You must grow. Like it's the law of the universe that everything is destined to grow to its highest true potential. And if bad shit's happening in your life or you're content, it's either happening because the universe is trying to move you or you're completely lying to yourself. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you have to do the 75 hard. I'm just saying find like something 75 hard like in your life, and you're going to grow faster. Like, you know, so because like here's the truth, Christine. Like my excuses have cost me millions of dollars. My stories, my BS stories, have literally cost me millions of dollars. Like I have thought small because I had an excuse. I was scared. The truth was I was frightened, but I had a really great, amazing excuse for why that was justifiable. You know, why I could wait to have everything I want to later. Like I had a great excuse and a great story. They don't feel like excuses, guys. They feel like stories that are totally justifiable, and you become a professional at like telling them, and you can make everyone in the excuse zone believe you because they'll sit down and tell you all their shit. Why they're not having everything. Yeah. And you can have a little club. You could create a Facebook group around it and just tell stories about why you guys are mediocre. Like, I don't want to be part of that. I was part of that. I don't want to be part of it because there's more. And my kids are relying on me. Like, there's people watching me. Oh, far out. If I didn't get up in the morning and Hannah thought it was okay to quit, I've just potentially ruined that kid's life. Like, really think about what you're doing and who's watching you, you know? I had excuses around my health, you know? Like, when things became a disaster for me, I was really healthy. But I thought, well, I'm really healthy. I've got time to just focus on this. I won't focus on health. And I put on a shitload of weight. It's cost me my health, which is I don't like being overweight. I hate it. I'm not going to sit there and fluff around and say, oh, look, you're just good the way you are. Like everyone's like, no, you're not. I was fat. I just got to tell the truth. I need to get out and run. I need to hit the stairs. I need to do the 75 hard. I need to get on a meal plan. I need to get my shit together. That excuse was going to kill me. It's that serious. Like, you don't want to become a statistic at 60. Like, what kind of a 60-year-old do I want to look like? I want to be one of those guys that's running past me on the stairs at 60 in the freaking hot while everyone else who's obese is sitting at home doing nothing. I do not want to be that guy. I don't want a walking frame. I don't want to have like I don't want to lose my mind. Like, that stuff can happen anyway. But I don't like the amount of people I've seen that have made bad choices in their life that are getting their foots amputated because of diabetes, and like, it's crazy shit. Sort your shit out now. And it's not too late. You can reverse a lot of this. And like, all those things, my weight, my wealth, like feeling like my best self, has robbed me of my joy. And that, if you're putting a price on your joy, that price is too high. Stop selling it out. Stop being for sale. Don't put a price on that. Like, and it just gets back to it. Like, guys, learn from me. If you're listening to this and you're in the 75 hard group that we're in, do the 75 days. Don't make the mistakes I've made. Get off your ass and do it. If you haven't done the 75 hard, it's not even our program. Go follow Andy Priscilla on Instagram. In his stories, he's got like in his like whatever they are on his profile, they've got all the information about it. Go use it. Reach out to us. If you're listening to this way after we've done it, look, we've probably got one coming up, or we're probably doing another one. So just join us and change your life. Like and I'm, in a way, I know this is going to like upset a lot of people. I know this podcast. I knew it when I was on my walk this morning going, I'm actually going to piss a lot of people off. I'm going to upset people. They're going to go, he's talking about me. The truth is, I'm not talking about anyone. But if it's hit you in the gut, then maybe that is an indication that you need to wake up yourself. I care about you. I want you to have a masterpiece life. We aren't lying when we say the reason why we do this podcast is to help you become the boss of your life. This is how you do it. Like, just go all in. Seriously, Christine.
I don't think I need to say anything else. Oh my gosh, that was gold. Gold, Joel. But you're so right. You are so right. I think we can leave it there. I think they've got enough out of this. And I think there's going to be some people that will be joining the 75 Hard after they listen to this podcast.
I hope so. Look,
Yeah.
Go live your masterpiece life. Go do you. Go become extra lucky because you've got out there and freaking done it. Wherever you are, have a most outstanding day.
Damn. Yeah.